the season as a whole, and listen, you were both beaten semi-finalists. Do you have to accept that these are the two standout teams in the country right now? No, I'll never accept it. Scoreboard live.
No, I'll let Orla.
Yeah, like with us anyway, in our group, Cork were always well on top with the score difference as well. And I know Kilkenny, in the other group, they had Galway yourselves, obviously, who were contenders as well. But yeah, I think the two best teams are in the final anyway. And I think it'll be a great match. And they're well used to playing each other. And they had a few meetings already. And I think it'll be a great. It was very defensive last year, I thought. But no, a great big open pitch suits the two teams. They're very strong at carrying the ball forward and giving the pass. And sure, Cork can score from all angles, as you've seen in our semi-final with the wing back scoring. And no, I think the middle third between Aisling Thompson and Orla and then Denise Gall and Megan Farrell, I think that will really be whoever dominates that will be, I think, will overall win, and whoever gives best performance, obviously. But no, I think it'll be a very exciting game, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's all right, Sarah. We'll get a little video. We'll send it to you. You can WhatsApp it to all your teammates for the next time Galway play Tipperary next year. Written off.
Thanks, Orla. No, look.
You've obviously been going up against both these sides for a number of years now, and Cork have had this unbelievable run of success over the last decade or so.
Yeah.
Is this as good as any Cork team you've come up against?
Yeah, they're very good. They're a very talented team. The way they play, the running, and they always have the overlap as well. I think Gemma O'Connor is going to be a huge cog in that, because she always sits to eep. She's well able to read the ball. It seems to be a magnet, no more than Anne Downey and Dalton on the reverse side of Kilkenny. Cork are very, very strong physically, exactly like they've Hannah Looney, Aisling Thompson. Girls are well able to get the ball, burst forward, and like they have a Chloe Silkerson there on the wing back at 3 outrageous points from play, and Pamela Mackey then, another one of the backs, like 2 backs to score 5 points is huge. Like in any level, men's, women's, it's huge. I think Cork are a very strong team.
So how do you unsettle them? How do you stop them getting those runners through and the overlap, which is such a key to stopping any team that's in full flow? Because when the confidence is up, suddenly everybody feels it's in them to make those breaks, that you have options on left and right. How do you get about getting into their heads that they just get them out of their comfort zone?
I think Kilkenny are the key team to do that. Kilkenny love to keep possession and they never panic. So by keeping the ball away from Cork, they can't actually make those overlaps. And that's why Anne Dalton is so key for Kilkenny tomorrow. Because when Anne Dalton delivers a ball, she delivers it 70-30 in favour of the forward. It's so hard to get the ball off of the forward if Anne gives them a ball. So if Cork don't have the ball, how are they going to create the chances? That's why playing Kilkenny is just the key thing for Cork to overcome.
And the two battles at centre back each side are going to be massive in the game. Definitely. So you've Gemma O'Connor possibly on Katie Power. That's going to be huge. Katie's probably going to try and bring her out and take her out of sitting in the pocket. Van Dalton now is going to be on Orla Cornan, who's probably going to, very pacey forward, who's probably going to move all over the place. It's going to be interesting to see if they follow. Do they sit? If Anne follows, I'd say you could see Megan Farrell reverting back to the pocket to sweep up. I can see maybe Aisling Thompson coming back and letting Gemma to read the ball, because I think they're huge. The two number 6s, I think whoever gets on top, I think is going to be massive.
And is Gemma O'Connor a Garage McInerney type figure who never wants to move out of that number 6 ladder? Is she happy if
she can score points.
She's made the run.
Yeah, definitely.
She's well able to get her own score. I just think it's her ability to read the game. I just think she seems to be, and Anne Dalton is the very same. They just seem to be a magnet to the ball. And I know in 2015 we made an absolute hero out of her. We did. We poked every ball and she seemed to be under it all on her own.
Yeah.
And then was well able to look up and find the player, and they worked it up and and that's what they did against Tip, and and Dalton, I seen her going on one of them runs in the semi-final that she did in the championship match, and you just want to nail her as quickly as you can, because it's either going to go over the bar or, as Sarah said, it's going to be a 70-30 ball to the forward.
Definitely.
The mental strength that Cork have from all their success and the way they were able to grind it out last year, the fact that Kilkenny have won one of them, does that sort of level that out, or do you still feel almost that Cork, with all their experience, some of these players going for a 9th All-Ireland Camogie medal tomorrow?
I actually spoke to Anne Dalton after the All-Stars last year, and Anne said that losing that final last year was like a death in the family, and it was like a death in the family for Anne Downey as well. And she called Anne Downey's house for a cup of tea after the final, and there was silence. They were distraught. Everyone was distraught. So I genuinely don't see Kilkenny coming out with any less than absolute fire for this game tomorrow. Now, I have full faith in Cork to match it, but I just think Kilkenny were so wounded by that loss last year that they will be a different team tomorrow.
It's going to be like nearly between Anne Downey and Paddy Murray, a game of chess between the two. Like you had the saga last year of Gemma O'Connor and the holy water on her knee. Like he never told anybody she was playing until you lined out, and there she was, lo and behold, wing back, like
the full game.
Pulled the full game, and her leg supposed to be hanging off. Like I'll never forget that on the telly afterwards, saying the holy water did the job. Like, you know, so it's nearly like a game of chess between them. It's all going to be full of tactics. They're going to try expose each other's weaknesses as best they can. It's going to be a fantastic game, I think, to watch.
Yeah, I'd say the battle on the sideline would be as interesting
intense as well, I'd say.
And Downey go through Paddy Murray for 2.
Absolutely. Probably vice versa.
Yeah.
There's been some...
Need a second invitation.
It was interesting to read Paddy Murray's article. I think he had an article again today. He really dogs the Cork girls at every opportunity, and I don't know, is that to rise them for the next game, but he's really disparaging about them. You know, I played with those girls in 05 and 06 and 07, Aoife, Gemma, Orla Cotter, and he talks about coming on board in 2011 saying that they weren't hungry enough, they weren't good enough, they were happy-go-lucky, they were happy to get the free t-shirt. And I don't know whether he's trying to play into them psychologically, because those girls were never happy to get the t-shirt. So I find it hard sometimes when the spin is put on a story like that the team had that mentality, because those girls have never had that mentality. That's why they've 9 All-Irelands, you know.
Yeah, he's never been afraid to be front and centre and to make those sort of comments, and I guess it works for him, is the thing. He generally is getting the best out of those players, or is he not? Or would they be doing it no matter who the manager was?
They're for 9 All-Irelands. Like I just find that I find that mentality hard. Gemma's not like that. Eve's not like that. Orla's not like that. Ashley's not like that. Like, it's not the free t-shirt that they're there for. You know, some of the stories I just find, yes, it makes for a great soundbite.
Yeah.
But be a bit more respectful to the girls, because they're there a long, long time. You know, Orla Cotter got married this year, and they played the Munster final without her. You know, and she was absolutely gutted to miss a Munster final. Now, she was getting married, goddammit. You know, she has to get married at some point. So, you know, you have to give them credit where it's due. It doesn't always have to be a knock to get them to the next level.
I do think one thing that Cork, like, the only team to come near them was Tip, and that was 12 points. They're going into this match on a massive kind of roll of where they've bet every team 12 points, like, or more. Hopefully, I'm hoping Kilkenny have got a little bit harder games with us. Please, God, like, hopefully, I'm saying, and I think that might give Kilkenny a bit of a more advantage.
So it might be a bit of a shock to the system for Cork tomorrow in the first 10, 15 minutes.
Like, you know, they're not going to win 12 points tomorrow. Definitely not.
They scored 100 points, over 100 points already in this year's campaign. You know, they've been scoring for fun, and I believe it's Kevin Murray, Paddy's brother, former Cork player, who's actually in charge of the hurling, and that expansive play that they've created has come from Kevin. So Paddy has brought Kevin in, and it's been a huge advantage to them.